How do you boost a Facebook post? In this Facebook boosting tutorial, I'll show you the exact steps to go through on how to do it. Hey busy people, welcome to 5-Minute Social Media. If your business is new on social media or your business is feeling stuck on social media, like a lot of ours are, you're in a great place. We help businesses get high quality results from social media without it taking up all of your valuable time. If that sounds like something you could use, take a second, hit subscribe, click that bell. That way you'll be notified each week when we release another helpful video. My name is Jerry Potter, and we're going to show you all about how to boost a post on Facebook in this video. And I'm starting here on a Facebook business page. So from the post that you want to boost, go ahead and hit Boost Post underneath. And if for some reason you don't see the Boost Post button or it says Boost Unavailable, that's because there's just certain things you can't boost. For example, you can't boost a scheduled Facebook Live before the live actually happens. You can't boost a Facebook cover photo. But most posts you should be able to boost. Open it up, and the first decision you're going to have to make is, what is your objective? And this is really where Facebook ads are smarter than so many other things. And by the way, when you boost a post, you're basically turning it into a Facebook ad, even though you're not using the big, robust Facebook ads manager. So what the objective is what you want to happen with this post when they show it to more people. And Facebook wants to show it to people that want to do the thing you want them to do, if that makes sense. So for example, this is a link post. So this post was linked to an article. So the default is going to be send people to your website. They're assuming that this is my website. It's not. But in any case, let's say it's your website. And so they're saying, do you want to optimize for link clicks? In this case, they would show it to people that they know regularly click on links. If instead you want engagement, you would choose this one, and it would show it to people that like to react to posts, comment on posts, and share posts. And if you wanted to get messages, let's say this was specifically a post where I was hoping to get a lot of direct messages around it, then I would click connect and chat with potential customers as my objective. And you'll notice down here on the post preview, the button has been changed to send message. And so they're going to show it to people that are more likely to send a message on Facebook because they do it all the time. So really be honest with Facebook when you click through these on which one makes the most sense for your goal for this post. Now, I pulled up one other post here, and this one is actually a video. It's not a long video, but it's a video. So you'll notice I have a different objective here. And video views can be the objective that I'm going for. So if your goal is to get people to watch your video, then you might use the video views objective. You can see the message button is also still here. Website clicks obviously isn't because there is no website link here. Next, you're going to choose your button. So you can see that the send message button is still down here right now. But you can actually have this button be whatever you want. You can have it be shop now, book now, learn more, sign up, directions, send WhatsApp message. So I can change it to shop now. You'll see now it says shop now. So decide whatever button you want it to be there, or you can have no button if you want this to look a little bit cleaner. Next up is the special ad category. And if you are offering housing, like you're a real estate agent, or employment, or ads for credit, you have to basically be very vague in your targeting. The reason for this is because a lot of these industries that are highly regulated by the government, for example, with housing here in the United States, there are the fair housing laws. Housing has to be basically advertised to everybody. You can't go out of your way to avoid certain neighborhoods, certain religions, certain genders, income brackets, anything like that. So if you fall into one of these categories, you have to turn that on and basically choose from the drop down here, and it will remove whatever you had in mind for your targeting, because you just have to target basically everybody in a certain area, 18 to 65. If you don't fall into this category though, you can just leave that off. In this next section, you're going to choose your audience. And this is where things get really cool with Facebook, because you can really target who you're looking for, again, assuming you're not in one of those special ad categories. So to start, the default here when I just logged in says people you choose through targeting, and it's basically giving me adults 18 and over in the state that I'm in here in Washington. But I can go in and I can edit this, and I can decide who I want to target. So first thing, you can target men, women, or both. Then you can choose an age range. So let's say my product mostly appeals to 25 to 54-year-old women. Then I would go ahead and put that age range in there. And then right now, it's targeting the entire state of Washington, which happens to be where I am recording this tutorial. But you can X out of that. It'll probably show your local area. And then you can put in whatever area you want. So I live in the city of Seattle. I could put in Seattle. And by default, it's going to drop a pin, as they call it, and that's the center of Seattle. And then you can see here it says 25 miles. It's basically a 25-mile radius around Seattle. Well, that is a big area. So if I'm a local business, I do not want to target people that are living way over here where you have to, practically take a ferry to get there. If I'm, let's say, a local coffee shop, or in the case of this page, a local computer repair shop. So I can click this drop-down arrow here, and I can move the radius to be smaller down to 10 miles. So now this is much, much better. I don't think most people are going to drive more than 10 miles to get their computer fixed at this fictional computer shop. Now, if you want to get even more specific than that, though, you can. You can X out of that, and I can actually go in and type specific zip codes. So now there's just the zip code in downtown Seattle. I can add another one. Whoops, that's Lithuania. That is not in downtown Seattle. So some zip codes, good thing to have in here. Some zip codes do appear in more than one place in the world. So when you type it, you want to make sure you're choosing the right one. So Lithuania came up first, but I want the one in Seattle. So essentially, it chose those 3 zip codes that I put in, and now I'm targeting these 3 areas here. So you can get really, really tight like that, or you can even put it in an address. So this is the address of the baseball stadium that the Seattle Mariners play at. And so you notice I put that in, it's dropped that pin, which is already in downtown Seattle, so it's pretty close to where we were. But I can also, now that I've done that, instead of having a 10-mile radius, I can go down to a 1-mile radius if I wanted to target people near the game. So that's a little bit about how to do locations. As you go down here, you'll see at the bottom, they will tell you how your audience size looks. It'll tell you about the potential audience size, depending on how much you spend and how long you may boost your post. But the audience that I've chosen right now is about 49,000 people. You can see this little gauge here will kind of tell you specific versus broad. And a lot of times people ask, where should that be? Well, a lot of studies have shown that when you go a little more broad, you actually do better. Your ads perform better because they get in front of the right people. So ideally, you are having it somewhere in the green at least, so that Facebook can do a good job of reaching the people that you want to reach. Basically, by giving them a little more to work with, they're more likely to find the ones that are going to do whatever you wanted them to do when we looked at the objectives. All right, and then the last part here is this is where you can choose demographics, interests, or behaviors. So let me just pick at random, since we're in Seattle and we're known for our coffee. Let me put in coffee. So I want you to notice something. So here's coffee as an interest, and then you also have these coffees that are job titles. You have a specific coffee company here as an employer. So if a company is big enough, you can actually target people by their employees. So as you scroll down, you'll see job titles, interests. There's different things like that. You'll get more specific: coffee roaster, coffee houses, coffee taster as a job title. So those are all the different kind of things that you could do. So start to put in kind of what you're looking for, and then it will give you everything else that's down there. So let's go ahead and just add coffee as an interest. Okay? So now our audience went from 49,000 to 27,000, so it got a little smaller. And it's going to think people are interested in coffee because they engage in pages that are about coffee, or posts that are about coffee, or they've liked pages that are about coffee. Now that I've got coffee here, I can actually hit suggestions, and it will bring up a bunch of specific suggestions that I can use to target beyond that. So that's kind of a way to start, is you can start with one word or phrase and then just ask for suggestions. And then the last way that you can kind of do this section is to hit browse. And then under browse here, I can click on demographics. You can see there's educational level, fields of study, financial, life events. So here's somebody who lives away from their family, somebody who lives away from their hometown, anniversaries. Under birthday, it's their birthday month, their upcoming birthday. Now, from a consumer standpoint, it's kind of creepy that all this information is in here. Newly engaged for a year, newly engaged for 3 months, newly engaged for 6 months, because everybody puts their status on Facebook, right? Then you can also browse interests, all kinds of different ways, and also behaviors. The way this works is somebody only has to be a member of one of the things that you chose. So let me drop a few categories in here. So I've got 3 coffee categories and ballet. Maybe I have a special coffee for ballet dancers, just randomly. Well, in this case, it's going to show this to people that are interested in any one of these 4 things. So it's not a combination of everything. If they're interested in any of these, then they will show it to them. However, let's say you did want to only target people into coffee and that liked ballet or were ballet dancers, then you would come down here and you would say narrow audience. It says, and must also match. Then I can type in ballet dancer. So now I've got people into coffee that are also ballet dancers. You can see our audience size went down to about 3,000 people. And then in addition to narrowing, you can also exclude people. So you could say, I want people who love coffee, but I don't want people who work for Starbucks. So here's Starbucks as an employer to see this. So then it would try and exclude it from anybody who lists their employer as Starbucks. It's not perfect. You're not going to hide something from everybody who works at Starbucks, let's say if you were, saying something negative about them. But that's kind of the way it works. Once you've got everything the way that you want it, you go ahead and hit save. Your audience is now all set. Now, I just jumped over to a boost box on my own page because I wanted to show you, you may have more options. That tutorial page I use doesn't have very many likes on it. You can target people who like your page, and since the reach for an average Facebook business page is only 1%, if you've got 1,000 people that like your page and they're all the people you want to advertise for, you can spend a couple of bucks and actually get more of them to see it than the 10 who might see it organically. You can also do this people who like your page and their friends. And in that specific scenario, if you've ever seen an ad come up in your feed and it shows 3 friends that also like it, that's kind of cool because now it's showing your brand to people as well as sort of a recommendation from somebody that they know. So back to our original post, once your audience is all set, next up is automatic placements. Facebook will recommend this because in theory, the more people they can show it to, the better job they can do trying to reach your objective. I suggest turning this off and at least looking at where they're going to show it. So for example, right now they're saying we're going to show it on Facebook and we're going to show it on Instagram. This does not show as an Instagram post. It's showing your Facebook post on Instagram. And if that's what you want, great. But make sure to come up here and click this preview and choose Instagram and see how it looks. Now, in this specific case, this is a link post, and so it won't actually show on Instagram. There's something wrong with it. But look and see how it posts, because things look differently on Instagram than they do on Facebook. For starters, the caption is on top on Facebook, and it's at the bottom on Instagram. So if you're going to leave that box checked, just make sure it looks okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Then you choose how long do you want it to run. In Facebook Ads Manager, you can get down to minutia like hours. Here you have to do full days, but you could always turn it off early if you wanted to. So 5 days, we've got a budget of $10, so it shows it's going to run here for 5 days through there. Then it's going to tell you the estimate of how many people they think that you will reach for that. You can increase your budget or decrease your budget. The minimum budget, by the way, is only $1 per day. So you can see, I say I want to advertise 1 day for $1. Now, you may not reach many people for that, but you can certainly play around with it at that level. Now watch, if I tell it to go to 5 days, now it's saying you need at least $5. So now we have to come down here and type in $5. And at the bottom, if you've never set this up before, you'll have to set up a payment method so that you can pay for your boost. On the right, as I showed you a second ago, you can see how it looks. Most people will probably see it on mobile, so I would strongly suggest clicking the mobile news feed view so you can see how it looks. Then when you're all done, hit boost, and you're all set. Now, if you want to know a little more about which Facebook posts are worth boosting, I explain that in a tutorial that's linked up on the screen right now or in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. You're not only supporting me, but also my 2 tiny superheroes at home. I will see you in the next video.